What's up everybody, Sunkissed here, and in today's video I'm bringing you an absolute beast of a class here. It is the Bloodied Ghoul Heavy Gunner. Yes, it's possible to have Nerd Rage active without having low health on a Ghoul character. We're going to have full health, we're going to have glow, and we're going to have Nerd Rage active. You're probably wondering how that's possible, and I will get into that shortly here, but first, all I can ask is if you could like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe, and possibly check out that new feature that YouTube just added where you can hype a creator's video. Hopefully enjoy, and I'll catch you at the end of the video. You're going to see pretty quickly that we are doing significantly more damage. I'll tell you that right away, though. Yeah, and we're already up to... So, how do you become a Bloodied Ghoul? Well, essentially what we're doing is taking advantage of what I guess at this point we'll call an in-game feature, because it's been a bug for a few months now. I have no idea when it's going to be fixed. But essentially, it's called stat locking. And Angry Turtle made a really comprehensive video about it a couple months ago. And that is kind of where I got this idea from. So go check out that video. Essentially what it is your variable perk cards that are dependent on stats can only work as intended in one active cell in the map at a time, and that's essentially a local area. The map is mostly broken up to a bunch of boxes that are their own cells, and whatever cell that you go back and forth between on your loadout, that will become your active cell, and that is where perks that update in real time will work. So, for example, I have I have Nerd Rage equipped here, and you're going to see that it's not active right now. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves down to about 5%, 4% health, or 0% health. Don't know how that's possible. But the goal is to get below 5%, because that will give you your max bonus. But you can see there, I have 80% damage for Nerd Rage. And now that I have gone back and forth on the perk card machine, and I've bloodied myself to the point where I want to be, all I'm going to do is fast travel away. So for my case, I'm going to go back down to my camp that is near the raid. And once we load in, we're going to heal ourselves. And you're going to notice that Nerd Rage is still going to be pinned at 80% extra damage. So we'll heal ourselves up here. And Nerd Rage still at 80%. We'll even go as far as to take our toxic goo so we can become glowing. And it's still there. So you're either at a massive advantage by running a Bloodied Ghoul, or you're at a disadvantage because your variable perk cards are not updating properly. And this would go for even stuff like if you took food buffs and you increase your intelligence, or maybe you change your armor from, you know, something that has not +2 intelligence to +2 intelligence. Since this is a variable card, this would not work properly, and then you would need to change your active cell to the cell that you're in. So I guess make your choice, but yeah, that's pretty much how you do that. Taking a look at our build, starting off with the weapon. It's the Gauss Mini gun. This thing's an absolute beast this season. Y'all probably already know that. But we're running Furious, Rapid, Bats Optimized, and Conductors with the Tri-Barrel since the Penta-Barrel is bugged. Penta-Barrel probably is better once it's fixed, but who knows when that's going to be. And the Tesla Coil Dynamo to increase our magazine size. For the armor, it will be a full set of Nocturnals, minus one piece being Chameleon to activate the Nocturnals, but stars 2 through 4 are exactly the same, with +2 agility, food, drink, and chem weight reduction, and limit breaking. If you have a full set of limit breaking and at least 16 luck, you can crit every other shot this season. On the legs, we'll be running calibrated shocks. And the arms, we're running the gimbal bracers for extra I guess, accuracy outside of VATS, as well as less recoil and better hip fire. And the torso, we are running Medic Pump. Another good option is the, I don't know what it's called, but there's one that will give you action points back while you're taking damage. One of the subscribers recommended that, so definitely give it a try. And then for the helmet, we're just running the VATS Matrix Overlay. For our buffs and mutations, the buffs we're going to be running are a Big Gun Bobblehead and Tesla Science 7, or just either an energy gun crit or heavy gun crit magazine. Psycho Buff's not active right now, but we will be taking Psycho Buff. Blight Soup, and our mutations will be Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Egghead, Herbivore, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, and Speed Demon. Here's the special point allocation. If you'd like to take a screenshot, feel free. Jumping into the actual perk cards. Here are the legendaries. It is 4 of the special ones maxed out. Take you one for the team and Funky Duds. Funky Duds isn't required, but I find that it helps you keep your glow up for longer. And since we're going to be running faulty spots, or sorry, not faulty spots, we will be running that, but that doesn't matter for this instance here. Since we're running glowing criticals, keeping high glow is important, and Funky Duds will help you do that for longer. Taking one for the team is multiplicative damage, and it's one of the best cards at just adding straight damage, so highly recommend that. Jumping into the normal perk cards, we have Arms Keeper and Brick Wall. These are quality of life, not entirely required, but Brick Wall completely negates the stagger from either the tail or the lunge attack that the snake does while you have high glow, so highly recommend that. And Arms Keeper, just because I like to carry a lot of weapons on me. Then we have the new Bullet Storm, I guess cards you'll call them. We got bringing the big guns, Bullet Storm, and Lock and Load. In Perception, we have Number Cruncher, Tank Killer, Concentrated Fire, and Awareness. This season, Awareness was kind of an important card to run because of how much VATS was nerfed, so I highly recommend that. Endurance, we have Life Giver, Glowing Gut, and Bullet Shield. You'll notice that Radiation Power is absent here, and the reason why I'm not using it is I just think that it burns through your glow too quick. At least on controller, it takes a decent amount of time to get your glow back up, and I think the time spent doing that isn't worth it, and I'd rather just have my glow as high as possible for as long as possible to take the fullest advantage of glowing criticals. If you're on PC, you definitely could run this and it'd probably be worth it. But in Charisma, we got Stranger Numbers to buff our special stats while on a mutated team. 10 Dryzer for extra damage. Nope, did not mean to just de-equip that. We have Science as our first intelligence card. Batteries included. Nerd Rage, which will actually turn this into our quote-unquote bloodied ghoul build. Power User, Demolition Expert to buff our explosive damage on the Gauss Mini gun. And a variety of the Onslaught / Gunslinger perk cards here, as well as just a little bit of action point regen. In luck, it's pretty standard for VATS Critical. We got Better Criticals, Ricochet, 4-Leaf Clover, Critical Savvy, Faulty Spots, Glowing Criticals, Curator since we are running magazines, and Bobbleheads. Good with salt to keep our food from spoiling fast. That is the build. If you have any questions on it, let me know in the comments below. We're going to test our non-bloodied ghoul here. Essentially going to have the same exact build as our bloodied ghoul. The only difference is that Nerd Rage is not active. So I'm going to start here by letting the snake attack me so that that taking one for the team is fully active. So we'll just give him a minute here, let him attack us. Come on, Mr. Snake, give us your best here. Alright, so it looks like we're hitting around 3,800. Pretty close to 4,000 there already. Can I hit him actually? Like, I'd stop shooting there for a minute. But we're pretty quickly approaching, I guess, 3,100, 3,300, so not bad at all by any means, but we can see how that stacks up against our bloodied ghoul. So now we'll go ahead and test our ghoul build here. Same as before, we'll wait for the snake to attack us, so our taking one for the team activates, and then we'll go ahead and start shooting it. You're going to see pretty quickly that we are doing significantly more damage. I'll tell you that right away, though. Yeah, and we're already up to, what are we at? 3,900 damage already. See what sort of time we can get out of this, even with see what time we can get even with waiting for the first attack to happen. Yeah, we're at 4,500 damage now. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. So, even waiting for it to attack us, we still were able to get a time of 113, and it was a pretty sloppy run. But you can see we were just doing massive damage to the snake there. Thank you so much for making it to this point of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that sub button to stick around for future content, and let me know in the comments what videos would you like to see from me in the future. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.